The real estate market has always been hot here in the Bay Area, and it got even hotter during the pandemic, and it doesn't seem like it's cooling down anytime soon. Two guys from the Bay Area took advantage of the opportunity and launched a real estate startup designed to improve the home buying experience for agents, buyers, sellers, and really everyone involved. On this edition of Startups with Sanaz, we're speaking with Avenue 8 co-founders Justin Feichelson and Michael Martin. Join us now, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, 2020 was undoubtedly a hard year for everyone, but you two took a situation and made the best out of it by launching Avenue 8 back in 2020. Justin, tell us, what is Avenue 8 and how is it different than, say, the Zumpers and Zillows of the real estate tech world?
Well, I think, Avenue 8 is a more lightweight, cost-efficient brokerage model, really the brokerage model of the future. We are here to empower entrepreneurial agents, providing them with tools and services that are relevant to today. And unlike a traditional brokerage model, we don't have office space everywhere and have to pass that cost on to the agent. And it's a premium product and premium service to the agent to help them grow their business. If you look at like a Zillow, really is more of a search engine and an advertising portal. And a Zumper obviously is more geared towards rentals. But we're really about, disrupting the brokerage model and becoming a more luxury premium focused brand.
And those prices, Bay Area, luxury or not, Bay Area prices are luxury prices. Michael, talk to us about, if I wanted to get on to the Avenue 8 platform, what would I experience? How do I sign up? Talk me through the process.
As a buyer or a seller, you're going to be working with one of our agents, and our agents will be equipped with state-of-the-art technology that makes the entire process more efficient for everyone involved. That means access to better and smarter data at their fingertips. It means better and more impactful marketing. And we've really streamlined the process to support agents with all of that and really putting the power of the brokerage into their pocket.
So would you say that this is, I don't want to say agent focused, because obviously everyone in the home buying process benefits from the services and the product that Avenue 8 provides, but is it safe to say that the agent is the primary user of the Avenue 8 platform?
We believe that when agents are at their best, everybody wins in the transaction. And as a brokerage, we 100% are supporting the agents that join Avenue 8. That being said, agents want to be able to provide innovative solutions and simple experiences to their clients as well. So from a technology perspective, we really service both. And from a brand perspective, both groups of agents and also buyers and sellers are experiencing the brand throughout the entire transaction and beyond.
So, Michael, I'm going to have to stop you. I love speaking to startups because you guys always, the terminology in the world of startups is so exciting and it really gets you pumped up. But it's not really clear how things get streamlined. If you could kind of, I don't know, give me a hypothetical or paint a picture of, I sign up with an agent. Agent A uses Avenue 8. How is the process streamlined for the agent and how is it making things easier? Just to kind of give our viewers an idea, because the innovation of it all is great, the technology behind it is great, but the average viewer who doesn't really know what they're doing when it comes to buying a home, they kind of need to know, have something a little more tangible to hold on to. So I guess, Michael, if you can kind of unpack that for us.
Sure. For example, if you sell your home through Avenue 8, you'll have access to the Avenue 8 Valet program, which is what allows sellers to stage, renovate their homes before they sell, and the cost of doing so gets paid out of escrow. So rather than having to have the upfront cash to manage that process yourself, Avenue 8 can help support that, not only from a cash perspective, but also help oversee that the project is done well. And that's a huge benefit, particularly in the Bay Area, where a lot of these homes haven't been touched for 30, 40, 50 years. And by doing some lightweight staging renovation, you can really increase the sale price of a home. So that's a big benefit that sellers have by working with our agents. I'd say the other bit is if you're selling your home today, there are hundreds of channels people can discover that home. It's not just Zillow, it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Nextdoor, Yelp, and both sellers, buyers, and agents have a very hard time navigating the complexity of that marketing landscape. And we have a core expertise in performance marketing that is relevant to today's channels of distribution.
Now, I was checking out the website. The company launched back in 2020, as I mentioned, but I'm sure both of you gentlemen were following the real estate market prior to that. Justin, I'll ask you, was there an aha moment that kind of inspired Avenue 8?
Well, I mean, I come from real estate and I've been an agent for a decade and I've been at several different companies, big and small. And I think, it was very apparent that it's one of the last industries to change. Most brokerages are still operating in the same way they have been for the last 30 years. And, certainly in the last 5 years with social media, agents have become much more direct to consumer, just with able to brand themselves and advertise directly. So, there really needed to be a brokerage that enabled agents to work completely mobily, but also a brokerage that supported them with, marketing listings digitally. It's just a different world we're living in. Agents don't use the cubicle in the office anymore in the same way that they were, 10 years ago, just because it's not necessary anymore. So, really streamlining the process, like Michael said, making it easier for agents to do business on the go. It really is, if you're sitting in an office all day, you're probably not doing a lot of deals. It really is a mobile business. So, and certainly the world has gotten so much smaller now just because of social media and the ability to advertise listings. Most consumers see a listing 3 to 5 times online first before they ever see it in person now. So really creating an organization that really supported agents and people's properties from that perspective.
And so we talk about luxury real estate. Luxury is a subjective term. You could talk luxury in terms of the amenities a home provides, and you can even look at luxury, as I mentioned earlier, the price. Bay Area home prices are insane. Is there, I guess, a price cutoff, or are there certain things, Justin, that you guys look for when placing a home on the app, or having certain home buyers have access to the app, or agents?
No, I mean, we don't define things by the price point. It's the same thing when we hire agents. There are agents who are doing hundreds of millions of dollars per year, and they're maybe not the best agents for their clients. And so it's ultimately about, prepping a property properly. That goes back to the Avenue 8 valet. Any property, regardless of the property, can look fantastic, even a 1-bedroom condo. It's all about, prep. Maybe you have to paint the cabinets or doing some light remodeling. And then, of course, making sure it's marketed properly. And I think that's where the brokerage really comes in. How do you market consumers' properties in the best fashion, and then also market agents in the best light? And that's where Avenue 8 comes into play.
Now, Michael, as I do with all the startups that, I researched to bring onto this segment, I did a bit of searching on both of you. Michael, I saw you went to Dartmouth College. You studied comparative literature. You have a pretty diverse background. You worked in finance, in the world of finance and marketing, and now you're in real estate tech. What brought you to where you are now?
The idea of building Avenue 8 really combined a number of my interests, from art and design to business to technology. When I was working in finance at a private equity firm in New York that owned one of the largest brokerages in the world, so I was familiar with the business model of brokerage. And then coming from the digital product design industry and understanding kind of the way modern software API-driven ecosystems can really facilitate speed and growth of innovation, it seemed like applying the two to real estate was an incredible opportunity. And Justin and I met kind of serendipitously a few years ago, and given his on-the-ground experience as an agent, I think the two of us as a founding partnership is really unique in the industry. And I think that's also been what's helped catalyze a lot of the early growth we've had.
They say when something is meant to happen, you don't have to force it, and it seems like that was the case between you two. Justin, I have to ask, you're not only an agent, you're not only a co-founder, but apparently you're also a reality television star. Excuse me. I saw you start on Bravo's $1 Million Listing San Francisco back in 2015. What made you want to enter the startup world? Again, you were an agent, so you were doing real estate, and you met Michael, but what was it that kind of made you want to be like, you know what? No more reality TV for me, no more traditional agency for me. We're going to get into the startup world.
I think, you know, and this goes for Michael and myself, we're both driven by the idea of creating something larger than ourselves and something that's really going to help shape an industry. This is really what drives us. And I think there's nothing more exciting. I think both of us share this feeling. We wake up in the morning and, you know, we're super pumped to get to work simply because we have this opportunity to shape really a global industry. And, you know, listen, we've been around less than 2 years, a year and a half, and already, you know, we see other companies kind of borrowing from our techniques or marketing techniques and so forth. So nothing more flattering than that. And it's, you know, we work 7 days a week at this, and it's truly our passion.
And one thing I've noticed is when most founders are passionate about their startups, but I see that when the passion is in the project, is in the startup, the success and everything typically follows, and that's usually the case for everything that you do in life. Michael, I'll ask you this question. I guess I can ask both of you. I'm assuming this answer is going to be the same for both, but I'll start with Michael first. What do you see for the future of the company?
I think agents in almost every market in the country benefit from a lack of support from their traditional brokerage models. And so we see expanding Avenue 8 outside of California to new markets as a major opportunity for us. And we have that underway already, actually expanding to New York later this year and early next. There'll be other markets to follow. And I think from a technology perspective, we believe that there'll be just more and more efficiency that can get created, both by virtue of what we're building and also just innovation in the market in general. And so we're super excited to see where that goes.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And Justin, you go ahead.
Yeah, just to build off that, I think that, you know, a lot of the traditional players are kind of scrambling right now because times are changing and there's a tectonic shift in the marketplace right now. But, you know, it's really opened up the door for Avenue 8. And I think, you know, next year we're planning on expanding into, you know, multiple states at once. And I think it's all about providing value to the agent. And the more value you provide to the agent, the better the outcome. So we're super excited about that.
I saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys raised $14 million in your Series A round, which is great. Are you guys officially in the process of, I guess, fundraising for the next round?
We're not raising at the moment. We've been super heads down for some new product pushes that are coming out later this year and building up the team. We feel really fortunate to have incredible investors on board, including Threshold Ventures, Craft Ventures, the Good Friends Group, which includes the CEOs of Warby Parker, a company that went public this week, as well as Zig Capital, who is a prop tech focused firm in New York. So with those resources, we want to be very thoughtful about investing in the right places and pursuing growth. And certainly as that growth continues, we'll be, you know, thoughtful around future capital raises as well.
Well, I won't take much of your guys' time any longer. I guess, Justin, I'll ask you this question. If anyone wants more information on Avenue 8, where would they go to get that?
Well, certainly avenue8.com, our website with the number 8. And there's also our Instagram, Avenue8RE. And certainly reach out. Our number's on there and our contact, and we would love to meet.
All right, well, gentlemen, good luck with your fundraising efforts. It seems like a very, you know, innovative and new age way of kind of approaching the real estate market, and we would love to see how the company grows. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
Take care.